Hi, this is Piano Tech Maggie, and this is another video that's not about piano technology. So my subscribers can move on now and let me do my thing unless they actually are interested in this. This is another response video to Fritz Schneebauer. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Fritz for sure. Thank you so much for replying to me. So this has helped me get more information to understand what is going on with Physics Girl's video that I replied to. I'm going to share that video, his reply video to her, and his reply video to me and her in the description below. And I'm going to delete my previous video, but I'm going to tag it on the end to this video so you know what I'm talking about, because I don't want people to see that one and not realize there's a follow-up. So there's been some follow-up. I'm pretty sure I was wrong, but it's still really interesting, and it was a lot of fun to think about because I don't know the physics and the math involved, and I had to play around with it a little bit. It's obviously related to resonant frequencies and partials, although I haven't told you what I'm talking about yet. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Physics Girl made a video where she sang into a tube, and there were certain pitches you couldn't sing. Long story short, watch her video and link below, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But this was the worst one for me, other than a very long tube, and there's a place where I can't sing the notes in between. There was a particular tube that was extra hard. Fritz can sing through a tube without much trouble, and I asked him to sing through a really, really long tube because this was the hardest tube for me to sing through. So he did. He got a tube and he sang through it and he talked about it and his theories involved in it. It was really, really interesting. And so I still didn't fully understand, and I still don't, but I understand more than I did, which is kind of cool. So I took this tube and my little cornetto to a vocal instructor who was a friend of mine, and I showed her the problem. So I'm singing, I'm going, I'm not doing that on purpose. I can't sing those notes in between. And I showed her a little bit of Physics Girl video and a little bit of Fritz's video, and Fritz's video in particular made more sense to her because she's vocal, he's vocal. And she tried it and she thought it was very bizarre. But when she saw his video, it made her think, and she explained more to me about tuning and adjustments for breaks. She had 2 breaks in particular, but in the end, the only conclusion we could both come to is that you can push past those points if you know how to tune your vocal track. So as she did this with me, and we were both singing in her office looking really stupid, it got easier and easier for her to sing past these points. She got to where she could sing all the way up and down on this once she had done it a few times without any trouble. And I found I can do it. I'm not doing it the way she did it. She can actually adjust and tune her whole vocal area and everything else. And I can do that on the flute, but I can't do that with singing. I'm not a singer. So I found I could sing past those points if I got just really tight. And so I'm not tuning, but I'm creating a situation where I'm making it so it's easier to force the pitch. It sounds terrible, but I'll show you on both of these. So let me find it again on here. So there's the area I can't sing. Without doing much, I'm going to try and get it closer. I can't. But if I tighten, and go like that. Oh, there's a little flip there, but I'm altering my vocal cords. I'm tightening things. I'm changing the harmonic frequency of my vocal cords, that's for sure. I'm reducing the fundamental and I'm increasing the volume of the overtones. And you go like this, you increase the overtones and you lose the fundamental and you sound like a memory. So I can sing all the pitches through that. I thought about getting a speaker and a pitch and doing it. And initial research of attempts of that, I could play any pitch through these tubes at all. So it's definitely something. I was wrong. It's not the tube. I mean, it is the tube, but it's the tube interacting with your entire system, I think. So Physics Girl and Fritz, I think they're both right. He told her he could sing through a tube, but it wasn't that she was wrong. It's just he's trained. He has vocal training. He has vocal skills that most people don't have. So that's my current theory. So anyway, let me find a bad spot on here. Yeah, it's a bad spot. So I'm going to tighten again and see if I can sing past that. it's hard. Oh, you know why I can do that? I'm singing more through my nose. I'm not singing through the tube, I'm singing through my nose. I'm gonna leave this in the video. Okay, I'm just silly. No, okay, so I am singing through the tube because I plugged my nose. So if I change the quality of my tone and my own personal overtone series by altering this system, I can sing those notes through the tube. So it is possible to sing the notes through the tube, but you gotta work at it. So thank you to Physics Girl for the awesome video. Apologize for the challenge, but it was great fun for me, even if it was annoying for you. And if you didn't notice, all the better. I will tack on my incorrect video after this one in case anyone wants to think about something I said, because maybe it'll give them an idea for an experiment or to play around or whatever. But in the end, I think Physics Girl and Fritz are both correct. And do I know what I'm talking about? No! But it's been fun. So thank you very much. I will link all the videos below. Bye! Hi, I'm Piano Tech Maggie, and this video is going to be very different from my other videos because it's my first video response to someone else. I am a huge fan of Physics Girl. I think she's really cool. I like her videos. I'm going to put the video I'm responding to in the description below, so be sure to check it out. Be sure to check her out. She's really fun. She talks about physics in a way that's easy to understand, and I enjoy her very much. So my response to her, however, has to do with a video she made where she was singing into a tube, and she speculated, rightfully so, I would have thought the same thing. She speculated that if you sang into the tube, that whenever you reached the pitch of the resonance, the natural frequency of that tube, that the tube would activate, it would become more active, the note would become louder, something would happen. And so she started singing into a tube, you know, ooh, and to see what would happen. Well, what happened is there were notes she couldn't sing. And I'm going to do that with my flute. My flute's not the same as her tube, but it'll do for the moment. So I'm going to start high, I'm going to come down and watch what happens. There was one already. There's spots that are hard to sing. I can't sing between those two notes. So there's notes you can't sing. And so she made a video about it. One of the things she did was to blow into a bottle and say the note that came out was the natural frequency of the bottle. Okay, so that's the natural frequency of the bottle. What she didn't do is overblow, and I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. So those are loud. Okay, I'm as dizzy as she was. I'm dizzy now. We're done. Okay, so there's a natural frequency to the bottle, but there's overtones. Okay, so there's more than one frequency that comes out of this that's still kind of natural. It's not the fundamental frequency, it's not the resonant frequency, but it's an overtone. Piano tuners call them partials, it's a harmonic, that kind of thing. So I'm going to come back to that. She also mentioned pipe organs. Pipe organs each have their natural frequency. They're tuned to that frequency. So when the organ hits the key activates the pipe, the air goes through the pipe, and the exact frequency they want comes out because that's the pipe's natural frequency. So if I play a note on my flute, that's the natural frequency of this tube at this length. If I take these fingers off, then I've shortened the length. That's now the natural frequency of this new configuration. Now if I go all the way back where I was, I can also overblow. So I've got my fundamental frequency. I would call that the resonant frequency, I think. But I can overblow. Okay, so each of those is a natural frequency of this system. That kind of thing works really strong with brass instruments. They use the Harmonic Series. when you're playing a bugle, you use the harmonic series. I made a video about that a while back. The natural frequencies of this system are all the ones I just played. I can't play the notes in between. That's not going to happen. I can bend them. I can bend it a little bit, but I can't play the notes in between. Not going to happen. So I started really thinking about her video, and I had a lot of fun singing in my trumpet. You can really hear it in this. There's a lot of notes I can't sing in this trumpet. And one of the instruments I really kind of noticed it with was, I call this my lizard. That's a huge range of notes I can't sing. But I'm singing the notes that I can play. And I noticed that I played 10 different instruments. I did this with 10 different instruments. I could sing the notes that I was fingering, but I couldn't sing everything in between. And then other than the brass instruments, I noticed on my wind instruments what I was singing. It started to dawn on me this was related to the harmonic series. I'm singing partials. So when she and her friends sang into the tube, they weren't able to sing certain notes. We can't sing certain notes. Their conclusion was that they couldn't sing the natural frequency, the resonant frequency of that tube. From a musician's point of view, this is kind of backwards. From my point of view, they actually could sing the frequencies of that tube, because there was more than one. They could sing the frequencies of that tube, and they were singing the natural frequencies in that tube. What they weren't able to sing were the notes that weren't natural frequencies of that tube. The tube wants to sound its natural frequencies. It wants to sound its harmonic series. So when the notes you're singing match or are close to a harmonic, a partial, then the tube will allow that sound through.
Have you ever seen those tubes that you spin? You have one in the tube and you spin it and it makes different pitches? They go up the harmonic series. I think that's related. I think it's kind of the same thing, maybe.
So I think the pushback that she was talking about happens when the notes being sung get too far away from the resonant frequencies of the tube. The reason I think they could sing a lot of pitches through the tube is because, like with my flute, the range of frequency around each partial is more or less depending on the shape, size, etc. of the tube or instrument. I think the vibrating air becomes out of phase with the tube itself, not your vocal folds when you can't sing a note. That's why each singer had trouble singing the same notes, even though each singer had different vocal folds. And I wanted to try this theory out, so I found a tube. It's a skinny tube. You know, physics girl can figure out how all this works because I don't know. But it's about 8 to 10 feet long. It's kind of skinny, but watch what happens when I start low and go up high and sing into it. That's the harmonic series. Watch me do it fast. It's the harmonic series. This tube won't let me sing any note other than its natural frequencies. It won't. Well, down low it kind of does. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe her tube was so short and fat that it just allowed more. Maybe if she sang higher. I don't know how this works. I just think it has something to do with the harmonic series. I mean, that's pretty cool. So it's not that you can't sing the natural frequency of the tube, it's that you could only sing the natural frequencies of the tube. Oh, and something cool she mentioned. She mentioned singers tuning their vocal tract. Wind players do that too. So I'm not going to tune my vocal tract. I'm going to play a G. This is a G. I don't know what frequency that is. Now I'm going to tune my vocal tract. And another example of this is if I sing in my flute, not in the flute, but if I sing across as I'm playing. If I sing the note I'm playing, it's very active. It shakes in my hand. I'm going to keep singing the same note, but I'm going to change my fingering. So it's really active when I sing the note I'm playing. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to play that note again, but this time I'm going to change my voice. So this is what I think's happening. Physics Girl can let me know what she thinks. I hope she doesn't mind my video. I'm really a fan. I think you're awesome. But from a musician's point of view, that's what's happening. To my listeners, if you've actually stuck through this whole thing, thanks. Watch her videos. Go check her out. She's awesome. I hope to hear back from Physics Girl. If she doesn't want to respond to me, I will be sad. Anyway, I like my YouTube channel. I like sharing stuff. So happy tuning to my viewers and happy physicsing to Physics Girl.